Century Arms JW2000 coach gun. This is a 12 gauge. I've seen some of them on Gunbroker that are in 20 gauge. I actually didn't see any that were in 12 anymore. And this is known as the rabbit ear because it's got the exposed hammers right here. Each hammer has its own trigger. It's got a safety right here, manual safety, tang mounted. Each trigger, this trigger does this barrel, this back trigger does the other barrel, left barrel. This gun is heavy, man. It's just a heavy gun. It's a chub, man. It is a chub. One of the things that somebody's going to look at whenever they look at a hammer, exposed hammer versus internal gun is really why would you choose one over the other? The exposed hammer guns, whenever you open and close them, there's literally only the resistance from the weight of the forearm and stuff, the barrel. On an internal hammer gun, you have when you open it, it cocks. Most of them are cock on opening, so when you open the gun, it actually cocks the internal hammers. So when you close it, naturally, the hammers are cocked. The gun is ready to go. And on the Stogers, when you close it, it automatically puts the safety on. So then you have to manually take the safety off every time you load the gun. On this one, that's not the way it is. You can load this and keep it loaded and never cock the hammers back, and it's completely safe. If you don't have the hammers cocked back, it's not gonna go off, and then you can put the safety on, and then the triggers won't even move. You can also cock the hammers while the trigger is on, and you can see that this indeed does work. So it's kind of cool for a home defense gun. And I've got these Aguila mini shells. This is buckshot. It's 7 number 4s. So we can get it on there. 7 number 4 buck, and 4 number 1 buck. I think at a gun like this, as heavy as it is, this is gonna kick very, very light. I have not shot these in it, but I've got it on the butt cuff here. 6 of them. So you got 3 reloads on the gun plus 2 in the gun. For a home defense gun, most definitely that's probably enough. These have been used for a long time as home defense guns, and they will serve you quite well. I think you have to ask yourself if this is your home defense gun. Is this really the best choice? I think there's probably better choices. But maybe this is all that's legal, is a double barrel, single barrels and stuff. And in that case, I say it's quite capable. I definitely wouldn't use it as my first defense, but if it's all I had, or if it's what I had at the time, it would quite well serve you quite well. It served Bruce Campbell in Evil Dead quite well. Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, and even Evil Dead vs. Ash. Those are good movies, man. That's kind of what made me think of this gun. His has got internal hammers. I think the first one he used was a Stevens 311. And the one in Army of Darkness was a Stoger coach gun. You see the bluing on it is pretty good. It's not too bad. This gun's made in China, Zhongzhou Metalworks or some crap like that. This isn't real. This is fake. This is just like it's not a decal, but it's just visual. You can barely feel it, but it's not checkering. Same way on the forearm, it's not checkering. So if you see that on there and you're thinking this is checkering, it's not. It's almost like a laser stippled on there. You can barely feel something. It's like they just barely carved it into the outside layer of the wood. So it's just visual, is what I'm saying. The wood on it isn't too bad. It feels heavy, man. Everything, like I said, everything on this gun just feels substantial. This thing feels like it weighs about 12 pounds, 10, 12 pounds. It's heavy. It feels solid. It doesn't feel cheap. It really doesn't feel cheap, in my opinion. Even though it's not a super expensive gun, it's not a super high quality gun. Not meaning that it's low quality. I'm just saying there's much nicer guns out there. I believe the Rossi Overland is a superior gun to this. Much superior in every way. My buddy's got one of those, and I was looking at it and I was like, man, this is actually a really nice gun. I'm talking about the Rossi Overland. But I just decided to grab this when the price is right. I think I got it for like $200, $215, somewhere right around that, low $200s, somewhere right there in that price range. And these could be kind of hard to find now, maybe with the tariffs and stuff that are on Chinese stuff. They may have quit importing these in the country. I'm not quite sure. I only seen one or two of them on Gunbroker, and I think both of them were 20 gauges. So you may have a hard time finding one of these if you're wanting one. I think more than anything, I think you have to ask yourself, which one do you like the look of better? Do you like the rabbit ears, meaning the exposed hammers, or do you like a little bit sleeker look of the internal hammers? Probably the exposed hammers could be a little bit more reliable in terms of maybe not reliable, but I've seen more internal hammer guns that have been broke than external hammer guns. Not saying that I have never seen any external hammer guns broke. I have. Just saying, most of the time whenever I see a broke double barrel, it's an internal hammer gun. Does that mean anything from this standpoint? Probably not, but just keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Like, you can load this thing and keep it loaded for 40 years, and you're not going to have any hammer wear or anything on the springs, because the hammers don't cock when you open it and close it. You have to manually cock the hammers, whereas on the Stogers and the internal hammer guns, once you load it up, it's cocked. Once you close that barrel or open it, it's cocked. It's ready to go. So safety, I guess you could say, could be a little bit more on this gun. But you also have to manually cock the hammers in order to fire it. Double triggers. This one. Back one is the other barrel. Cylinder bore. These aren't really made for slugs, even though you probably can shoot slugs through it. But since your line of sight is down the middle, and either barrel is off to either side, your slugs are going to hit to the left or to the right. So it's just not a real good slug gun. If you had to, you could, but I wouldn't shoot slugs through it. It's it's made for buckshot, short barrel, pepper shot. Got sling mounts on it. Those came with the gun. Let's see right there. I added that. I think those look really nice. Putting those on there. Just, it fills that niche. For the price that this was, it really does fill that niche that I needed to fill with having a coach gun. And then I kind of wanted one with the exposed hammers, just the look of it. And I'm getting ready to get one with internal hammers too. I've got a bid on an EAA Bounty Hunter in 20 gauge. It's beautiful, and it's a nice gun. I don't know if I'll get it or not. I got it at my maximum bid. I may or may not get it. If I don't, then I think I'm going to get me a Stoger. And then I'll have the internal and external hammer niche filled. And, I really won't need another double barrel. At least not a coach gun anyway. Because I do believe this one does fill the niche of the external hammer quite decently. It's not the best shotgun ever made, but it's not low quality either. Your fit and finish on it isn't going to be the best. Like right here, you can see that doesn't bother me. I mean, if this gun was $800-900, then that would bother me. But for $250, I don't think beggars can be choosers on that. I guess that's a good way of putting it. It's made in China. As long as the price reflects it, and you're okay with it, like I said on this gun, because it's a niche gun, I'm okay with it. It's fine. Would I like a really, really nice wood and really nice bling? Of course, but do I want to pay a lot more money for it? Not really. Maybe $350 to $400 is about the max I would pay on a coach gun. And of course, they got other ones that go up, way, way, way more expensive. My buddy's actually got a Winchester Model 21. Now, it's not a coach gun, but it's worth like 10 grand. I forgot what grade it is. I mean, it's a beautiful gun. It's a beautiful gun, and I think Cabela's was going to give him 7 grand on the spot, and he told him no. Is this the same quality? No, it's not. It's definitely not. Will it do the same thing? Well, being that the other one's got different, chokes and stuff, or I'm assuming it's got a different choke on it. Maybe I don't even know if they had chokes back then. Forgive me for that. But it's longer barrels. It's got like 30-inch barrels on it or something, 28. It kind of do the same thing. That gun isn't really for hunting or anything. It's a collectible. This is made for shooting. Cowboy action. Probably just if you're just getting into cowboy action. There's probably a lot of guys that use these starters that get these and have fun with them. And I say that's awesome, man. Like I said, home defense, if this is all you have, maybe this is what you feel comfortable with, maybe this is what you was raised on, I say, grab you one. Looking down the end of that barrel. Looking down the end of this barrel. Yeah, there's an intimidation factor with the double barrel. Most definitely. So, yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. I've yacked on long enough. Century Arms JW2000, made in China. Coach gun, 12 gauge. Oh, yeah, by the way, it takes 3-inch. 2 3/4 or 3-inch. So, yeah, thanks for watching.